Andor has never been a series chock full of Star Wars Easter eggs, but I still picked out a decent amount from the second arc. Here are all the bigger ones I caught. When Bix and Cassian go shopping, Cassian picks up some pizzos. Those stimulants were first mentioned several times in Andor Season 1, most notably by Cassian's lady friend on Niamos. Bix buys some melons, and the shopkeeper says they're fresh from Yukio. That planet was first created for the Legends novel The Last Command, the final book in the original Thrawn trilogy. Its primary export was food. When Cyril enters the Gorman Imperial building after hours, the guards are seen watching pod racing, an obscure little sport that's apparently so fast only one human has ever won a championship. The Gorman Front is the name of the rebel cell on the planet Gorman. It was first mentioned in Season 1. ISB agent Hirt was Dedra's aide during Season 1. It appears that he's received a promotion in the past couple years, now sitting in Agent Blevins' former seat. Mon Mothma talks with a senator that looks awfully familiar. He is simply listed as Senator number 2, 3, or 4 in the credits, but it's possible he could be Chancellor Villachim from The Force Awakens, or he might just be some other Tarsunt politician. Mothma mentions seeing an 18% rise of crime on Tapasi, a planet that appeared in a handful of legend stories. The Tarkin massacre on Gorman is mentioned and even detailed a couple of times. This was the original Gorman massacre of Star Wars Legends. I assumed it had been taken out of canon when Star Wars Rebels detailed a Gorman atrocity in the year 2 BBY, but no. Now we can sadly say there were 2 Gorman massacres. The details provided by the bellhop line up with the legend story involving Grand Moff Tarkin landing a ship on peaceful protesters shortly after the rise of the Empire. Saw Gerrera's base of operations is shown to be on Dakar, the same base that the Resistance will one day use as seen in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Saw is having Wilman teach his people how to steal Rhydonium. That volatile fuel has appeared in several Star Wars stories, including The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and The Mandalorian. It's dangerous and it doesn't take much to cause an explosion. As Clea scans her radio, we can hear stations on Ryloth and Corellia. Corellia was the homeworld of Han Solo, as seen in Solo: A Star Wars Story. Ryloth was the homeworld of the Twi'leks and has been seen in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. The hosts of Good Morning Coruscant talk about being excited to attend the Imperial Ball. That event was first seen in canon in a short story which stated it happened every year on the anniversary of the Empire's founding. It also appeared in Legends as a monthly gathering, but since this is all surrounding the swearing in of Imperial senators, I would assume this is a yearly anniversary of the rise of the Empire. On Dakar, it looks like we can see the partisans eating a grilled massif, the dog-like creatures seen on Tatooine with the Tusken Raiders. During the Rhydonium heist, Saw talks about being put in a work camp in the Onderon jungle. That planet was his homeworld as seen in the Clone Wars. He also calls Rhydonium his sister, which is kind of a crazy thing to say on its own, but it's even more unhinged when you know about his real sister. Her name was Steela, and she led the resistance against the droid army on their planet during the Clone Wars. She died defending Onderon, and her loss affected Saw from that point forward. She was his moral compass, and he never forgot about her. One of my favorite additions the Rogue One comic adaptation made to the movie is that his final word was his sister's name. Anyway, Saw has traded a stable and strong real sister in the form of Steela for a volatile, explosive, and dangerous metaphorical sister in the form of Rhydonium. The planet Steergard has been mentioned several times in Andor already, but this is the first time we're seeing it. The Rimma trade route has also been a part of Star Wars since the Legends days, where Gorman was established as part of the route, so it makes sense that Cassian would meet up with Luthen somewhere near Gorman. Some Corellian hounds can be seen on Steergard, creatures that were first seen in Solo: A Star Wars Story, but also appeared in Andor Season 1 on Ferrix. Mon Mothma bumps into Bail Organa at Skolden's art gallery. Of course, he was the senator of Alderaan and adoptive father to Leia. Perrin asks where Breha is, and she was the queen of Alderaan and adoptive mother to Leia as seen in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. In Skolden's gallery, we can see a spherical art piece that looks an awful lot like the second Death Star. I'm viewing this as a subtle reminder of the current Death Star that's under construction. But those are all the major Easter eggs and references I caught. Let me know what I missed in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Andor coverage, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.